Education transforms lives. It opens doors to opportunity and breaks cycles of poverty. But for millions around the world, quality education remains frustratingly out of reach. 10 years ago, online learning usually meant one thing: watching a video. It was static. It was passive. If a student got stuck, the video just kept playing. They didn't need more content. They needed a guide.
When we first conceived of Oppia, one of the most important things for us was to make it possible for students to learn by doing. Because when you learn things, I think it's kind of rare that you understand the material just by listening to someone talk about it. You can learn a little bit that way, but it doesn't necessarily stick. And one of the things that I found when I was in university was that it was really important to do the problems, do the exercises, because that is the point at which you know whether you can do them or whether you can't do them. That's sometimes this thing where in lectures or in talks, you think you understand something, but then when it comes time to apply it, you actually realize you don't. So being able to do something and get feedback is really important, and we wanted to build a system that allowed people to create lessons that provided this learning by doing experience to students, because through that we felt that it would improve the quality of education available to students around the world. Why did you choose the name Oppia? What does it represent? Well, at the start, there were a group of us doing this open source project, kind of like developing the infrastructure to provide feedback to learners. And we wanted to open source it so that other people could use the tools and infrastructure that we had built. And in order to open source it, we had to give it a name. And we weren't really sure what to name it. We had several suggestions from looking up what learn meant in different languages. Oppia was one. It was short, it sounded nice, it's from Finland. It's the Finnish word to learn. And another team member at the time suggested kujifunza, which is the Swahili word for learn. But we all felt that we weren't sure we could pronounce it as easily. So it ended up being Oppia, because other names like Interactive Learning Project felt a bit too long, a bit cumbersome, and so that's the name that stuck.
In the beginning, the idea was open. We built a platform where any educator anywhere could create a lesson for the world. But as we watched the data, we noticed a critical gap. Young learners, children who needed the basics, weren't getting what they needed. The variety was there, but the fundamentals and structure were missing. So we made a major pivot. We shifted from just hosting lessons to building them. We assembled our own team of qualified educators to craft a dedicated curriculum, designed specifically for children aged 7 to 14. For the first few years, the work was quiet. We weren't chasing headlines. We were building a foundation, testing lessons, refining the code, listening to the first learners. Slowly, the movement grew. By 2021, over 1 million learners had found Oppia on the web. But we noticed a gap. The students who needed us most didn't have laptops. They had phones. So in 2022, we made a critical pivot. With support from Google, we launched the Android app in beta. It was built for reality. Offline access, low data, old devices. The response was instant. In just that first year, more than 300,000 people downloaded the app. We weren't just a website anymore. We were in their hands. By 2023, the foundation was set. But an app doesn't teach a child, communities do. We strengthened partnerships across Nigeria and Brazil, working with local organizations like the Destiny Trust and Cultural Urbana and Dream from the Slum to reach students who had fallen behind. In classrooms in Uyo and Abuja, the impact was immediate. Students like Abasia Keme didn't just learn math, they started enjoying it. He told us his urge to study became stronger. To ensure every child felt seen, we expanded our voice. In 2023, we added support on the app for Arabic, Nigerian Pidgin, and Brazilian Portuguese. We also expanded the library, releasing full practice sessions for place values, fractions, and ratios. Oppia was no longer just an experiment, it was a school in your pocket.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm very fine. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Oppia.
And what class are you in?
I'm in physics.
Alright, so today I'll be asking you some questions about Oppia. Do you know what Oppia is?
Yeah, Oppia is an app that makes mathematics very easy and interesting for people to learn.
Okay, that's good. So we introduced you to Oppia.
You?
Okay, and so how fun has it been for you so far?
Very, very fun and interesting, easy math. I've always found mathematics boring before. Now it's very, very interesting.
Very good. So how many topics, which topics have you done so far on Oppia?
Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and also place values.
Okay, so were you able to understand all?
Oppia is supported by hundreds of volunteers around the world.
Hi, I am Ifeolu Adiagbo from Oyo State, Nigeria. I have been a public relation volunteer for over a year now with Oppia, and I focus more on mathematical lessons. What motivated me to join Oppia was that I identified it as a platform where it could help reach the marginalized, giving them free access to education. And one of the things that actually stood out for me, one of the experiences that stood out for me was that there was a day a student initially termed Dollard walked up to me. He was so excited and told me that he enjoyed the animations, the voiceover features on Oppia app, and ever since then it has reshaped his perception about mathematics, and now he can relate with mathematics and education at large. And also I want to deeply appreciate Oppia for the consistent improvements and updates they give on their platform.
I first came across to Oppia when I learned it's a free online education platform which mainly focuses on children's education. That really inspired me, and I believe learning has an ability to change everyone's life and make this world a better place. That's what motivated me a lot to join this community. So working with Oppia Android team, it has been an incredible experience for me. It helped me grow technically and personally in my life. I have become more responsible, more confident as a developer, and getting selected in Google Summer of Code with Oppia, it is a big milestone for me in my journey, and it helped me believe more in myself.
Hi, I'm Mark Halpin from Northern Kentucky, and I was an art director in the early days of Oppia, as well as a story editor and a creator of some of the earliest lessons in geometry and some other maths. In some of those lessons as a story editor, also sort of set a template up to demonstrate how we could incorporate storytelling into the lessons to make what we were teaching feel immediate, important, relatable, and personal, and not just sort of dry and academic. I work as a professor and practitioner of theater design, and theater design is all about communicating to an audience about a story and a space and a place, letting them know what it's about. And when we were working on the visuals for Oppia, what we wanted to communicate about the space was that it was a place where you could learn, and it was a place where you could learn serious and important things, but that it was not intimidating, that it was friendly, cheerful, bright, and that anyone was welcome to come and learn there.
Memorable moments, from connecting with fellow contributors, some of which have become lifelong friendships even after they left Oppia, to the huge impact that I've seen that the lessons have on learners that I've been privileged to play the lessons with.
Hi, I'm Samar from Tripoli, Libya. I've been an Arabic translation team lead, as well as an Arabic translator and an Arabic reviewer for about 1.5 years now. I've always been passionate about children and helping them have a better future. So once I read about Oppia and its mission to make quality education accessible to everyone, I got very excited to join Oppia Foundation. So now, after more than 1 year of volunteering with Oppia, I'd like to say that I'm very happy to be part of Oppia.
Hi, I'm Judith from Nigeria, and I've been a lesson creator with Oppia for over 2 years now, mostly focusing on science lessons. One moment that truly stands out for me was when I tested one of my lessons with a learner. So that lesson was on energy, and the learner used to have problems understanding how energy conversions take place during different activities. But after going through the lesson, everything just clicked. He understood it all, and he was so excited that he started telling all his friends about Oppia. That moment reminded me of how impactful Oppia lessons are. They're not just fun, they are relatable, and they break down complex concepts or topics in a way that every learner can understand. While working with Oppia, I have also improved greatly.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm on the voiceovers team. I joined the voiceover team in December 2024 after going through the application process in both English and French for providing voiceovers to provide the audio for these lessons. What really drew me to Oppia was that it's something that I could do remotely at my own pace, but that was helping people.
Hi, my name is Igapmo Ibai. I'm from Rivers State, Nigeria. During my time at Oppia, I served as the head of marketing and its sub-teams. I led the Nigerian Pidgin translations team and co-led the Sub-Saharan African partnerships team. And it was meaningful and purpose-driven.
I would say that Oppia's community is quite an organized volunteer community overall. You know, we are trying to make sure that there's enough structure for volunteers so that when they come in, they know exactly what the team is, how it connects to the broader mission, and so on. But one of the wonderful things is that our community members come from all over the world. Many of them represent folks who are, you know, they know people in the communities who we are trying to serve, and we are very glad to have their voices and their participation in the process. And you know, there's lots of different roles and leadership positions. You know, we don't limit by age, we don't limit by location. We really encourage anyone who can help and who wants to help improve education across the world to come and participate. So it ends up being a very diverse community that's very friendly and has a lot of supportive people, and that is very connected to our target audience, which is really important because we want to make something that does work for them.
10 years, millions of learners, one simple idea. We have come so far, but the truth is, we are only getting started. For every child we've reached in Lagos or Sao Paulo, there are thousands more still waiting for a guide, waiting for a chance. We are going larger. Next year, we take the Oppia model beyond math and into science. New subjects, new languages, new regions. The technology is ready, the curriculum is built. But to close the gap, we need more hands. We need partners to open doors in new communities. We need volunteers to build the next generation of lessons. We need you. Don't just watch the change happen. Be the guide. Join us at Oppia. Let's build the next 10 years together.